Welcome back to BAUSE Talk Radio. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We have a few minutes left, and I want to kind of take some time to kind of get back into basically the BAUSE Talk module of real estate, because that's our area amongst a few other, but that is our main concern. If you have not realized now, everything is selling.
It is. It's a seller's market right now.
Honey, if
you're trying to unload some land or some properties, list them. Reach out
to us. That is. We have so many clients that are looking, and typically, you know, this has kind of affected my track record, because I usually could find a property and have you closed within 45 days.
But it's nothing out there. Everything goes
it's
so fast.
So hard. I mean, it's to the point where you're dependent on FMLS and Georgia MLS. I actually was with a client a few weeks ago, and I went into a neighborhood that my client just had to be in, and we just had to, you know, we was asking people that was out, hey, are you possibly going to be selling your home? Do you know anybody in the neighborhood that's thinking about selling their home that has not sold it, just to get that advance on them before they put it on the market?
Yeah, because everything is, if you see something today, it may be gone tomorrow. You need to go ahead and
it's so many. I know we got clients that feel like if we send them 30 houses, they pick 10, but they fall in love with the second one, but they still want to see the other 8. Like, I'm like, if you know that number 2 is just perfect and it's perfect,
you better take it.
You still want to see the other 8. And a lot of people can't view houses every day. So therefore, you
talking maybe a week of trying to see all the homes?
Yeah. Like, if you have 10 properties, you need to see 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, then make your decision on Wednesday. A lot of people say, I have 10 top choices, but I can only look on Saturdays. So therefore, you letting a whole another 6 days pass before you go look at the other 5. Then when you make your decision, anything that's in that first
6
set of
out
5
of 10
is gone.
Yeah, absolutely. So we tell our clients that if you like it or you love it, you might want to go ahead and put an offer, because it's not guaranteed to be there by the time we circle back around.
So let us help you and understand that we ain't trying to hurry up and get no quick money. We trying to hurry up and get you to the point of understanding that what you like may be gone. And the likelihood of you finding something that is
in that neighborhood, that location, is slim to none.
To meet your likelihood of being the exact home is going to be hard, because you're going to always either have to give a little some of the things you want. So it is so funny, when I meet clients, they tell me what they like. When we get to closing, I think back of what they told me they like,
and what they end up with.
What they end up with. So sometimes you have to give and take. You may have to give up a 2-car garage for a 1-car garage.
Yeah.
A lot of people want a half bath on the main. They may not get that. A lot of people want a master on the main. You may not get that. A lot of people want a separate dining. You may not get that. But you love the house. You love the floor of the house. You
the
want
location,
a nice lot, the
you
yard.
like the neighborhood.
Yeah. So you really have to be mindful of that. And it's just that, and this is the peak, you know, between April to like mid-August is like one of our busiest times. For it's just people purchasing, whether it's investment or just upgrading, downsizing. And then always, production is always just be busy in Atlanta, because we are a production city. You know, everybody wanted to come here to film and all this kind of stuff because of the tax breaks. But I'm so happy that we're in real estate. This is the best that I've seen probably since 2004, 5, 6. It's good land. I think we acquired 2 land lots.
We did.
Which is amazing for people to build. People don't understand, it's very cost effective to build.
It is.
Like a lot of people, and then the fact that you get to be involved.
And you get more of what you want when you get to be
you custom
in the beginning
design your own home.
You get that half bath you want downstairs, or that masters or whatever.
And it's fun. You involved in it, and it's actually cheaper to build. Like, you'd be amazed.
It is.
But you got to find the perfect lot. You got to really find, you know, where you want to be. And a lot of people are doing that, because I can't go down that one street and not see old homes being torn down, building new, larger homes. Like, you know, it is what it is. You may go on this street, be a bunch of $1 million homes. You go around the corner, there's a bunch of old homes built in 1978.
Yeah, it is.
And stop holding on to them houses. Ain't nobody want that. Turn the thing down. Sell it for the light. Keep it moving. Get that check and keep it moving. Because you put money into that house, you're going to come back a month later and see somebody tearing it down. You're going to be mad.
Bulldozing it down.
You're going to be mad.
Yeah.
This weekend I had the honor of speaking at a veterans event.
How was it?
It was amazing. it was a great turnout, great crowd.
That's good.
And it was a lot of the wives of veterans there, or either veterans that self, female veterans that self, that was there, that are to the point where they're looking for something to do. They're ready to go into that second stage of their life, or being they have served their time. They're trying to find
a new hobby or
new hobby, a new field to go into. So I was actually on the panel with a makeup artist, and then a businesswoman for as hair and beauty. So it was based around beauty, fashion, and then of course I brought in the business aspect to kind of tie it in. The warmth and the feelings that I got from so many of the women, I was overwhelmed. Like, it gave me such a good feeling, because people was like, oh my God, you was so real. You was just speaking to me. That's my language. I was just thinking that. So it kind of, that gives me like, okay, I'm glad that I'm able to do things like that, because
inspire people.
It was. I have gotten so many of y'all to hit me in my DM, emailing me. I gave out my cards, and I typically don't do that because my cell phone number on them. But I gave out my cards, and I have gotten so many emails. It was people in there that wanted to do modeling. It was a plus size model. This one was so gorgeous. When I was speaking, my eyes kept going to her. And I just walked up to her and asked her, was she modeling? And she was like, I've been wanting to. And it was just like, you should. I gave her some pointers and some advice on what to do. She emailed me back and said she's about to take all the steps needed to do that.
That's
because
awesome.
I inspired her.
That's awesome.
I had another young lady say, your life sounds like my life. So it was just so great to see people like, I want to start a business, and I didn't know how. And I basically, in the little 30 minutes that I had, I basically told them how to start a business. Find out what you want to do and how to go forth. And then once you started, I was able to kind of tell them a little bit, because I only had 30 minutes. Because, I talk for an hour. But people actually was
maybe they
happy.
Just needed to hear that what you said. That was enough for them to take the steps to get started.
So we took some amazing pictures. I actually took the time to speak to each and every person that was there, and it was just like they really appreciated it. It was just a small thing, and people was like, I can't believe you said this. And I'm not a script person. I'm not gonna get up there like I'm reading for some flashcards. She sent me an outline, said this is the out. I didn't even open an email. Sorry to tell you, but I didn't even open an email, because I told you, when I get up there, I'm just going to speak from the heart. I'm going to speak based on the energy that I'm getting and how I feel. And I had no clue.
Can't go wrong with speaking from just the heart.
I didn't have no clue where to start.
Genuine.
I just start. And, people was like, oh my God, you could tell with the body language and expression on their face that it was so heartfelt and it was so good. And I just was like, I could have gave my whole 3-hour BAUSE class. But, giving back and doing stuff like that is amazing. She gave away a trip.
Really?
She gave away some amazing stuff. Her sponsors was amazing. The food was great. People had on hats. Now, I ain't had on one of them big Sunday Revive hats. From the country. I left mine in my mama's house, but I did wear a hat. But it was so nice to see women coming out with the hats on,
Oh, I bet that was a nice event.
So it was a real
Was that her first annual one? Is it something
that was
they're
her
gonna do
first
every year?
event?
Okay.
It was great turnout. She said she's gonna do it again. She's been working on it for she was working for a long time.
Yeah,
like a long time.
I'm glad it was a great event.
It was.
She really did put a lot of work into that event.
It was. She had great. It was perfect. I was just like really shocked. I was glad I was a part of it.
Well,
and it's good to go somewhere and talk, and people are appreciative. Like,
absolutely.
people really listen, and the responses have been so overwhelming. They still coming in. And I told them, like, hit me if I don't respond. Send me a question mark. Like, look, I sent you a question. Answer my question.
Yeah.
I don't get offended, but that lets me know that I told you to do that.
Yeah. Well,
so
that's good.
That was pretty good. Before we leave, I got to talk about this, because this is the craziest. Have you seen this Kevin Gates story?
I did. The interview with him and Tracy Steele. Oh, yeah. That was... I don't know. Like, he was acting weird.
Now... I'm not a follower of Kevin Gates, so I can't really say, but you know how you just hear things here and there. He was in the news for kicking another young lady.
Yeah.
And I give props to Ebony Steele. Because, baby, if that was me doing that interview, it would have went a totally different way.
He tried to make it difficult. I felt like his energy was off. Like, even watching it, I felt like, I don't know.
Clearly, she felt like she was comfortable enough with Kevin to touch his arm, and clearly you saw what he did. But then for him to respond with a video in regards to the interview, clearly you got too much time on your hand, or clearly you have gotten some negative feedback or comments to where you feel like you have to explain yourself.
Yeah, because I think I don't know if it went viral, but the people are reposting videos saying how he moved away and kind of, dust his arm off.
He said, "Oh, I'm married, and two, I'm a holy man."
It's the way you do things, though.
Hands.
Yeah, it's the way you
do first you're a holy man and you this, but then you cussing or you. It's just like
you're saying she dirty or like you like.
So
I think it was uncalled for. I think he was just reaching or seeking attention because it's like I don't know.
I can't understand it.
Or if you didn't want to do the interview, I feel like this. If you know she's here to interview you and you're in a bad mood, just don't do the interview at all.
Or if you know you don't want to answer certain questions, have a conversation before you have interviews.
But he didn't even answer. I don't feel like she asked anything.
He did the Marshawn Lynch.
She was just like, well, hey, you have anything coming up?
I don't tell the left hand what I tell the right hand. Like, he was just being repetitive to whatever response. Yeah. But that goes back to say, if you're going to do an interview, have the conversation of what you do not want to be asked or what you want to talk about. Tracy is cool enough to even say, okay, that's fine. I respect that. It's 107.9. She's not going to get up there and just ask you some crazy stuff. That's not her personality. That's not even how she rocks.
Handled it well, though.
She handled it very well.
She did.
Because, baby.
And even I went to her page and she posted was saying that was one of the most interesting interviews. Like, she didn't bash him.
She's making a negative.
She kept it real. Yeah, she did. She was like, why? I guess she was like, why feed into it? But she handled that very well. Way better than me. Because I would have walked off.
I would have said something.
I would have just
walked off. Either got pulled off or walked off. I'd have said something, dropped that mic and got gone. He'd have been still standing up there rubbing on himself or talking some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I don't even, he's not somebody that I just, I'm like, I don't even know, like, who are you? What you do?
Yeah, I don't really listen to his music either, so.
I don't know. I want to send a special shout out to Amula Artistry, Christina. Thank you for beating my face. That is the lovely banner that you've been seeing being played on the show tonight. Make sure you follow her on her social media. Check out on my page. She's amazing. She's super amazing. If you need a makeup artist, she's definitely one that you need to hit up. And I just want to say thank you so much.
Yes, she did a great job. I need to see you, please. Can I get a beat?
Tell her to come up 400.
Can I get a beat?
Well, this is gonna conclude this this episode of Boss Talk Radio. Stay tuned next week. We're gonna have Joe Cynthia from the Brumman Brothers Hair Show is gonna be coming in next week, along with a few other people. So make sure you follow me on social media to get the details of next week's show. Have a good night.
Good night.